Yeah. Right, UFC 314, Liam. We're over from the boxing. Let's do this.
Yeah, look, phenomenal performance by Boots. I'm sure we'll get into it a bit more with Jay tomorrow or Monday, but we've said that this is the best UFC card so far this year. What we've seen since early prelims at 11:30, I think there's only been one decision so far in the whole card, which is the UFC back. Look, there's something special when they go to Miami. Think Usman icing Masvidal in the rematch. Think Thug Rose winning the belt for the second time. Miami
Yes.
seems to bring magic, and we've got 3 fights left now that will hopefully deliver. I mean, Bryce Mitchell has just been choked to sleep. I've just got
Yeah.
a replay of that. Dominic Reyes with an impressive
Yeah.
stoppage as
What a
well.
left hand that was.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's just when UFC's on it, there's nothing better to watch. And yes, boxing is our bread and butter on this channel, but we always say when the UFC gets it right and when the fights deliver, it can be the most entertaining combat sports to watch in the world. And that's not an exaggeration. Hopefully, we now don't get three snooze fests, but that's the reality, isn't it?
Yeah. No, we said, didn't we, how good this card was on paper, and no doubt it's delivering so far. We've got three huge fights coming here. Pitbull making his UFC debut. Interested to see that. Has fought the who's who over in Bellator and PFL. Not an easy debut against Yair Rodriguez, though, it has to be said.
I have a feeling we're going to see a Michael Chandler style debut from Pitbull here.
If he stops Yair, it would be a great debut.
I think Yair Rodriguez, similar to Dan Hooker, is the experienced veteran that sort of, is the favourite, but is he the favourite because of how long he's been with the company rather than who the man is in the other corner, if that makes sense?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yes, big up Antonio. I hope you're well, my friend. Buzzing for this. Cannot wait for it.
I mean,
Yeah, Bryce Mitchell. It wasn't a good ending for him, was it? Bless him. But
it
look,
was never going to end well for him, bless him.
no,
Was it? And
Silver is a guy's a machine, man. He is very, very good.
he was put to sleep. Rumor has
Yeah,
it he's
man.
still
Let's
that fight.
let's see what happens here. Can't wait for this. Can't wait for Paddy
Okay.
Chandler. Can't wait for Volt Lopez. Been a while since we had. Look, the UFC's not been in its best place, I would say, in 2025 so far, Liam. But I think we've got some big cards on the way for the summer. So yeah, hopefully this is now the start of a good bit of momentum for the UFC.
Yeah, look, I think even the back end of 2024 wasn't the best. I mean, let's be really brutal. The big showpiece in New York at MSG didn't really deliver as it has done in other
No,
years. The last pay per view of the year,
oh, the last one was terrible. It's Gary and Rachmanov and the flyweights headlined it, I think, didn't they?
and that's what I mean, mate. Like,
Pantoja
the
against
last,
Asakura.
you think back to the last pay per view of the year and years gone by, it was Nunes against Rousey, it was
Yeah,
Volk,
yeah,
Holloway, it was Leon Edwards and Colby the year before. Like, it's always been big and it just didn't deliver. So,
yeah.
look,
No, definitely.
now we're on board. We're going to get three decisions, and it's going to drag
Uh-huh.
out for the next couple of hours. But the matchups are there tonight, and it's up to the fighters to deliver, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're underway here. Yes, Jay's not been too well. I don't think Antonio overnight, so he might randomly join. Sometimes Jay does that, but
It does pop up, doesn't it? We
yeah,
apologise to any housewives that are getting in from there.
yeah, the viewership's down. No
That's it.
luck. Pretty quiet first 30 seconds there. I don't think a strike's been thrown yet.
Ooh, as Rodriguez half lands a kick to the face.
Well,
Yeah,
what's
look,
your clock on, Liam?
3 minutes 13.
Yeah,
Yeah, look, Pitbull with the yellow trunks and Pitbull across his back, just in case he ever forgets his own nickname, is fantastic.
I love it.
I love fighters that do that, a bit like McGregor with his one across his stomach. It's been cagey. I think that would be the best way to describe the first 2 minutes. Cagey.
Yeah,
Both,
yeah, going forward now a little bit.
Yeah, look, they're both trying to get their inside leg in. If you watch, their inside legs are jittering around, just jostling for position almost, aren't they? Yeah, letting his hands go, but Pitbull sees that coming and he's just out of the way of the shot nicely.
Yeah, both men wary of the other guy's power. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, look, if it for any reason does become a shootout, it's the first one to land. I think we can agree on that with these two.
Oh yeah.
I've made the Michael Chandler debut comparison for Pitbull, and he's even small and stocky like Chandler as
Yeah,
well.
he is. So they fought twice, I think, in bet. Oh, it was a head kick by Yair. Pitbull took it well though. Took it really well actually.
Yair has been looking to let his feet go, hasn't he? If you look, he's lots of feints with his feet.
Uh-huh. That was a great head kick, and
Yeah,
Pitbull took it really, really well.
fair play to Pitbull there. He's taking that.
Tough man though, Patricio Pitbull.
As we enter into our first grappling exchange of the fight here. Oh,
Yeah, he's doing okay actually. DJ boy, thanks for tuning in and joining us. Yeah, he's been okay. He's fought 4 minutes into the opening round. It's been fairly even. To be fair, there's not been a lot of action in it. I'll be honest.
that head kick's the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, that head kick by Yair was the best action of the round so far. But Pitbull's doing okay.
Yeah, he's not getting outschooled or outclassed. It's just we've had one big moment so far as we're into the last minute of the first round.
Yeah. Oh, nice little inside trip by Patricio Pitbull. Now he's on top in half guard on Yair Rodriguez in the last 30 seconds of the round. That was a nice moment for the Brazilian.
Rodriguez done well because he gave up his back there for half a second, but he was able to flip back round just before Pitbull was able to lock anything in.
Yeah. I watched quite a lot of Pitbull's fights in Bellator. To be fair, Antonio.
Same, mate.
Watched him fight AJ McKee twice. Obviously, the Chandler fights. Hang on, what's going on here? They're having a bit of a Pitbull not happy with Rodriguez at the end of the round, pointing to the back of his head. A bit of animosity there, Liam, at the end of the opening round. So, yeah, he's doing well, DJ boy, definitely.
I don't know what that could be about, mate. I mean, the only time he got close to the back of each other's heads was the grappling. So I'm not sure if he's saying something from the grappling, but
it might have been on the exchange when at the end of the round when they're on the deck. Is the only thing I can think of.
Pitbull's UFC career is 5 minutes old, and let's see. I mean, I'll say I was shot down slightly when I said at 36, as he left it too late to move over to the UFC. I suppose we're not going to get a definitive answer tonight, but we may come some other way to finding out. That head kick was actually the knee, mate. They've just shown the replay. It was actually the knee that connected.
Really?
He's gone for the head kick, but the knee's caught him. I would have been, if that flipping knocked him out, that would have been. Took the knee flush. He done well. That's even more impressive because he took the knee flush against his eye socket.
Yeah. The knockout would kind of be like just it's a different interpretation in the UFC, but it's the same kind of thing. TKO would just be where the referee kind of has seen enough. But yeah, like in the UFC, you'd be more looking at like a flat line kind of. It's interesting the interpretation of what TKO versus knockout is in MMA versus boxing. It's a lot more clear in boxing.
Yeah, I think the clearest TKO I've ever seen in UFC was Jones on Stipe last November, just from that body shot. That's like the only example I can think of.
Pitbull is because he's so short. Yair's keeping him at bay, but with like he's just throwing his kick out, and that was a nice left hook. I'm on 4 minutes on the second round, Liam. What are you on?
4 minutes 8, so I'm about 10 seconds behind you, mate. It's all good.
Yeah, no, it's okay. All good, DJ boy. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. always trying to grow on the MMA side of things. We've built ourselves a nice boxing community, but we're trying to grow on the MMA side of things as well. So yeah, thanks for joining and interacting. Not quite caught fire, Liam, this one just yet, unfortunately, but still time.
I don't think their styles have gelled, if that makes sense. They're both very cagey, and what you need when it's a cagey fight is one man to force the issue, but both of them are tentative and almost waiting for the other to make a mistake. Would that be a fair reflection, mate?
Yeah, I think so.
And this fights like this in MMA, where I do wonder how the judges score them. I mean, we're a bit off with our boxing scorecard sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I can say I'd give Rodriguez the first rounds, but
Yeah, I think Yair just took it.
yeah, I don't know where I'm at with the second round at the moment. Although Yair is
Pitbull goes for a takedown.
I think fair enough to say Yair is the aggressor, isn't he?
Yeah, Pitbull's so experienced.
It's marginal aggression for anyone that's watching it and thinking we're seeing a different fight, but good defense.
Like it, Texas boy. Like it. Yeah, would love to. Thanks for being with us, my friend. Yeah, he does, Antonio. He's fought at lightweight and he's fought at 135 as well. Pitbull.
For a 140 catch weight as well, isn't he, over in Bellator?
Yeah,
Sure.
he's fought pretty much any weight that will have him. Yeah, he was sitting down on those.
Yeah, this is. You often get one fight, don't you, on the main card when it's a good main card that sort of stagnates it. And
Yeah, they're kind of cancelling each other out a little bit. That's how I would best describe it right now.
Yeah, two KG fighters waiting for the other one to commit, and it's just not happening. I think that's a fair enough way of describing it.
Yeah, look, it's still there for the taking. This, like, it's, if one of them can just step on the gas a little bit, it's there.
Yeah, DJ boy, you're not a million miles away with Pitbull, because he's, like we've been saying, he's in the fight. It's just he needs to force the issue. If it stays this cagey, then Yair is going to win it just because he's having the bigger moments, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's a poor quality fight. I don't think that's being harsh. Just caught a head kick there. Very well, Pitbull. Yair now going into his boxing.
Yeah. Thanks, Malik, for joining us. I mean, I'd say Yair is edging it right now. I don't think there's a lot in it, but it could potentially be 1 or 2-0 to Yair. I don't see Pitbull being 2-0 up right now, if I'm being honest, Liam.
I'm leaning towards 2-0. Yeah, anyone can blame me for giving it the hype up and then guilt if this is how the rest of the night goes.
We'll see.
As we touch 4:30 in the morning over here in the UK. Big up to anyone else in the UK joining us for this.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta love the life of a UK MMA fan.
Fight sports fan, mate.
Sorry, I don't know why I said. Well, obviously because we're watching UFC, but yeah, fight sports fan in general, mate. You are correct. DOA's Yair by decision. If you know, you know. Yeah, looking okay for that one, my friend. So far,
he's 2018 up. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if one of the 3 judges was at 19 all, but 2018 for me is what I'd lean towards.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if one of them has it Pitbull 2018 either, with some of the judging we've seen in more recent times.
I just want a nice and mellow night where the fights are enjoyable. I don't want any controversy. I ain't got that in me.
No, that'd be too much to ask, mate. Don't be silly.
Trying to resist making another cup, because if I have any more caffeine, I'm not going to sleep after this.
No, the night will fly by now. We've probably got another hour, I'd say.
Needs to.
Right then, here we go. Third and final round. Can we get the definitive moment in this one? Thanks to the near 200 of you that have joined us on YouTube. Much appreciated. Mickey in the building. Hope you're well, Mickey. Absolutely. You know all about the night shift, but yeah, we're here and we love it. You got to watch it live, haven't you, mate? That's the big thing. Boots was phenomenal. He was absolutely top notch. Made me eat my words a little bit. I thought it'd be close, but dominated him, dropped him, corner pulled him out rightfully, didn't they? In the end. So yeah, look, top class, and based on what we've seen, no reason for him to not stay at 147. Go and clean up and become undisputed if that's what you want to do, because he looked great tonight. And he probably beats Norman and Barrios with ease, doesn't he? Let's be honest.
I think Barrios gives him the tougher fight out of Norman and out of the two. I think Norman is tailor-made for Boots, especially the Boots we saw tonight. I think Barrios, on paper, is the tougher task, but at the same time, Barrios and Stanionis argue their styles are similar, so it could go the same way as tonight. Look, Boots was very, very impressive, and that's a performance I'll watch back tomorrow just to appreciate it again, if that makes sense, which we haven't said about Boots for a while.
Oh yeah, definitely. Pitbull really going for it here in the last round.
He's coming on strong, but unfortunately he doesn't have the championship rounds to carry on with. He needs to, if he's hoping for a finish, he's got 3.5, well, about 3 minutes to do it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited about Aaron Pico being in the UFC. Antonio, another guy I've watched for years in Bellator, PFL now. Yeah, he's going to be exciting, and he's kind of matured in his performances as well. He's trained. Patricio Pitbull was dropped. He trains at the Wild Card boxing with Freddie Roach and a lot of the pro boxers as well. He's got hands, Aaron Pico. So yeah, I'm excited to see some of the fights he's going to be in. Two high-profile signings for the UFC in Pitbull and Pico from the PFL, which makes you wonder what's going on at PFL. They're losing their big stars.
Yeah, they are, but at the same time,
all over Pitbull, Liam, by the way, sorry.
Yeah, no, we spent a lot of time saying the UFC needs their next stars coming through, and we're watching Pitbull on his way to losing here based off of this third round, but they need stars, and if someone can move over and transcend it in a way that we've not seen for quite a while now, it will only help the UFC.
Yeah.
Yair looks like he wants to finish here, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. I'm not sure he'll get it. He's got a minute and a half to kind of get to work here, but he doesn't really need the finish, if we're being honest. He's clearly winning this third and final round.
Most conclusive round of the fight, that's for sure.
Pitbull tried to catch him in a little cheeky submission there. Yeah, he's wriggled himself out. Been a come from behind. Malik says Boots was amazing. Disappointed he let Stanley hit him so much. So yeah, he has that about him, doesn't he, Boots? For sure. But yeah, he was great tonight. Did so well.
We've said it, haven't we? Like that ability to switch off, and we were saying it during the fight. We were watching him take a few punches we didn't need to see him take, but when you're that confident as a fighter, you're not then all of a sudden gonna change, if that makes sense. He obviously has belief in his chin and he enjoys a bit of showboating, so he's not going to change it, is he?
No, there's no KO coming, but he's trying to lock up a submission on the ground, or it's like a heel hook or something. But no, Pitbull's out. They're back on the feet. 20 seconds to go.
not a KO incoming, but it is a points decision
Oh
victory.
my god, how fast is that kick from Yair Rodriguez? Jeez, he worked on Pitbull there in that third and final round. That was rubber stamped and fairly comprehensive in the end.
That was the exact sentence I was about to use, mate. He's comprehensively rubber stamped it. If it was 1-1 with any of the judges, it definitely won't be 2-1 Pitbull.
Yeah, no, there's no way that Yair Rodriguez is losing that fight from where it is now. That was a worse 2-1, but probably, if we're being honest, 30-27, Liam.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah, good work, good call on that one. DOA, you called the Yair decision. Yeah, good job, Malik indeed. Thanks for being with us and tuning in, guys. Just Paddy, Chandler, and Volk against Lopez to go after this one. We'll hang around for the decision. Any predictions, guys, on the co-main and main event? Me and Liam are divided on the co-main. I think Chandler might knock Paddy out. He thinks Pat. You picked Paddy for a submission, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paddy submission, and then I've gone Lopez KO in the main. I can't remember what you said for that one.
I've gone Lopez stoppage, but it hurts me because I love Volk.
Yeah, definitely. Mickey, that's it's a great comment. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Boots would destroy Lewis Crocker, in my opinion. Paddy would have more of a chance, I think, but
Paddy would have more of a chance because of his boxing. Sorry, mate, because of his boxing ability. Lewis Crocker would get stopped and hurt, unfortunately.
yeah, I'm with you, Antonio, man. But look, obviously, I hope Paddy can do it because he's going to become a superstar if there you go. Antonio had Chandler by KO, Malik's got Paddy by submission. So there you go. Divided just like we are.
My guy. Nah, look, the fact that we're all divided on it shows what sort of competitive fight it is, and no one wants to be watching one-sided blowouts as we're getting a decision here. I imagine Yair Rodriguez symboling that he wants a shot at the belt next.
Yeah, I don't think he gets. Don't think he gets a shot at the belt next. Although with Victoria leaving the division, it's not overly deep.
If Lopez wins, they've just announced UFC Guadalajara for September. Yair and Lopez.
Yeah. I agree. Actually, there's good narrative behind that one now with the bad blood, isn't there? They always got Chandler winning, but could go either way. Yeah, that's fair. Malik's got Lopez to beat Volk by decision. Surprisingly, yeah. Look, Volk's tough, man. Like he's only been stopped by two of the best fighters in the sport in Islam and Taporia. So yeah, look, could go all the way. Lopez, tough guy as well. So yeah, wouldn't surprise me. I just worry about Volk, but we'll find out. We'll find out. It's took the unanimous decision, by the way, for anybody wondering. Not that was in doubt.
Yeah, it wasn't in doubt from what we saw in the third round, was it? They've just shown that kick in the first round, and it was
it was an absolute heat, wasn't
it? But it was the knee that connected, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Absolutely, it was. Fun fight, though, to be fair. Over 300 of you joined us on YouTube for that one, though, guys. So really appreciate that. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
Thank you very much.
For the rest of the night as well. If anyone's wondering, we will be covering the next two fights on different streams, of course. No doubt about that. Paddy against Chandler. Hopefully, Liam will be kicking off in the next 10 minutes or so.
Best thing about a UFC, mate, there's never long delays. They get this inside.
It's tedious in boxing when you have to wait half an hour in between the fight.
Well, we had it between Ford and Boots. Oh, no, actually, that was just the ring walks. But no, we did have about half an hour delay, to be fair. Yeah, delays in boxing are the bane, especially early hours of the morning. They are the bane.
Oh, no, especially when we're watching it. God knows what time in the middle of the night. But hey-ho. Yeah, just getting Yair's interview and all that out of the way. But yes, Liam, we'll wrap this one up there for now. Then I guess thanks to everybody for the interaction and joining us. We'll be back probably in 5 minutes' time on a new stream for Michael Chandler versus Paddy the Baddy. Let's see how
Cheers.
that goes. Cheers, guys. Oh, sorry, one more from Alexander versus Diego to go to this. We both think no, but I'd imagine the safe play would be for it to go the distance. I think that's probably what most people are thinking. I'd say the odds probably have it favourite to go the distance, but I would say no personally. Well, that's just me. What do I know?
I would say no. I think even if Volk wins, he wins by stoppage.
Yeah, look, well, Volk's last win was against Yair Rodriguez. Funnily enough, in 2023, that's how long ago it's been. So hopefully we get some vintage Volk back. And then one more again from Antonio. Thoughts on Lerone Murphy against Yair? I don't mind it actually, but it could be one of them fights. So Lerone against Yair, where it's like a 5-round snooze fest. I think it could be tappy striking and no one's willing to go into the fire. I think it could be one of them. Because Lerone does fight kind of safety first, it has to be said. And Yair, he can mix it like that as well. So look, Lerone's in a tough spot because he's not the most exciting fighter, even though he's undefeated and he's doing the job he needs to do like he did on Josh Emmett last week. But it's a tough spot to be in with the UFC when they're craving. Michael Chandler's the best example. He's 2-4 in the UFC, but always gets big slots on big cards because he's so entertaining to watch. That's what Dana White's in the business of. He's not in the business
There
of.
you go. Sorry, mate. It's just come up on the screen. Chandler has had 5 performance bonuses in his 6 UFC fights.
Exactly. That's what puts the bums on the seats ultimately. And Lerone Murphy isn't doing that. He's winning fights though, and you're always going to get shots off winning fights, but you're never going to be in favour with the bosses. So that's going to work against him, in my opinion. But look, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, we're not far away from Chandler Paddy now, Liam. So we'll switch the streams. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll be back in 2 minutes for the co-main.